Boom! What's going on, everyone? This is Steve Larsen. Welcome to another episode of Sales Funnel Radio. Today I want to talk to you guys a little bit more about money and why you should study it. My friends, money is not neutral, it's not bad, it is good. I was recently at the bank, and I was at the bank for my business bank accounts, and this guy, I'm on a longboard by the way, this teller who's my age, just got out of his MBA, which I'm not slamming higher education, okay? I'm not slamming it at all, but it was funny. He was like, hey, have you ever thought of what you should do with your cash? And I was like, yes, I have. I listen to rich people. And I didn't mean that to be like a degrading statement, but I think for him it was kind of like not something that he wanted to hear. I only listen to people, if someone's not wealthy, I'm not going to listen to them about financial advice. You know what I mean? He was trying to advise me on my accounts, and he was looking out there and he goes, Steve, do you realize that you have more in your business accounts than most people do in their retirement accounts? And I was like, yeah. It's not going to be there forever. It's just a holding place for a moment while I wait for the next asset to go by and I buy another one. And it pushes it into other entities. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not your asset protection, asset allocation person at all. But that's just how I do it personally. And it was really interesting though. I will often get people reaching out to me saying things like, Steve, are you doing X, Y, and Z? And I'm like, are you rich? Okay. Are you rich? And sometimes that's offensive for people, but isn't it smart for me to ask that, right? If someone's overweight, I'm not going to ask them to lose weight. Same thing with money. If they're not rich, I will not listen to your advice about money. All right? And some of us need to understand that while we have had people in our lives who are well-meaning, they might be ill-informed. And so while they mean well, they also are not saying things that are true. And so I was chatting with them. Actually, I was at a mastermind. Probably almost a year ago, and this lady in the front row, she stood up, and she was younger actually, and she said, hey Stephen, I like what you do. I actually want to go do this stuff too. I think it's awesome, but my parents have a hard time, my dad specifically has a hard time with this stuff. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because a lot of us, we have felt that way in the past about those that we love. They're well-meaning but ill-informed. And what they do is they say, do this with your money, do this with your business. And I'll look at them and I'll say to myself, is this person rich? If they're not rich, I don't listen, right? And so what I want to do is, I heard a podcast episode from Russell, it was 4 episodes in a row of his favorite speech from Funnel Hacking Live. So what I want to do real fast is, the title of this episode is called Study Money. And there's a very specific reason why, and I tell that story inside of that speech. So what we did is we took one of my favorite speeches from OfferMind and we broke it up over 4 parts. And you guys can actually get a chance to hear that. It's in 4 different parts here over the next 4 episodes. And this first one I've titled Study Money, and you'll find out why. The phrase is study money, not food stamps. And I am not bad-mouthing anybody who's been in a situation where they had to have them. But what you'll see is my personal take on this and why I believe that capitalism, getting rich and giving back and doing so on purpose, is not just a matter of like, oh, that's nice. It's a matter of survival in today's society, okay? Money is getting less valued. The cost of living has never been higher as in the last 10 years. We are getting phantom taxed and nickeled and dimed and fees all over the place. And inflation's on the rise. So while we get money, it's worth less. We need more of it for the exact same things. I mean, it's like, and then people be like, money's evil. It's like, what is wrong with you? No, it's not. Money doesn't change you. Money amplifies you. I believe that, I was speaking at an event recently. It's a BossCon. Rachel Peterson's BossCon. It's a great event. And in there, I told them that one of the things I was so nervous about when I was starting this game is I was nervous. I wasn't playing full out because I was scared that there were things that I was afraid that money was going to change me. Okay, and I'm saying that because a lot of you guys have said that to me as well. I'm going to do it, but what if I get rich and I turn into a snob? I get that, and that was one of my big fears. And then I had to sit back, and this is what I told our audience. I had to sit back and recognize and realize that, wait a second, I've seen a lot of rich jerks in this life. I've also seen a lot of poor jerks in this life. Oh my gosh, rich jerk, poor jerk, that's a thing, right? Right? And then there's rich jerk, poor jerk, and then there's wealthy cool guy, wealthy poor guy. It has nothing to do with the money that you make. The money isn't what changes you, it just amplifies who you are. If you are an idiot when you're poor and you find some way into money, you're gonna be a really rich idiot. Those are the people who don't usually keep the cash, right? A lot of people win the lottery that way. And I'm not saying they're idiots, I'm not insulting intelligence. It's just the reality though, right? If you're not prepared for that. Too many times we will ask to ourselves, why am I not wealthy yet? How come I'm not making money yet? I will tell you that the me of 2 years ago could not handle what I'm doing right now, right? I've had to grow. I was not worthy of what I was actually asking for. I did not qualify for the dream that I was shooting for all along. Now, my pursuit in that journey is what qualified me in the first place. But I'm gonna cut over here now to a cool episode where you guys are gonna get a chance to see more about my views on that and why I believe that you should get rich on purpose, won't happen on accident, and give back. And why it's actually it's one of my favorite parts of all of Offermind. You guys are gonna see kind of a neat thing about my views, like I said, on cash, some of the environments and the scenarios that we now live in today, and I think that you guys will really enjoy it. Anyways, let's cut over to the episode. Let's cue the intro, and then we'll cut over to the episode now.
I've spent the last 4 years learning from the most brilliant marketers today. And now I've left my 9-to-5 to take the plunge and build my $1 million business. The real question is, how will I do it without VC funding or debt, completely from scratch? This podcast is here to give you the answer. Join me and follow along as I learn, apply, and share marketing strategies to grow my online business, using only today's best internet sales funnels. My name is Steve Larsen, and welcome to Sales Funnel Radio. This is actually a pretty interesting graph. That is the year-by-year history of when taxes were introduced by the government. Okay, was it 17? I can't remember what. 92. That's when taxes first became a thing. Taxes are not patriotic to pay. So much so that those early people dumped all the tea in the Boston Harbor, right? Paying taxes does not mean you're a patriot. I have some pretty strong opinions on this, okay, which I will not apologize for at all, okay? Okay, do you think taxes are gonna go up or down in the next 5 years? Right? Okay, look how much we're getting taxed like crazy now. Okay, now check this out. That was straight from Wikipedia. I pulled it like 2 or 3 days ago. Okay, this one here, that is actually the minimum wage. Our minimum wage is actually going down. Now, I know a lot of us were trying to not be in that game, and most of us may not be yet. If you still are, that's okay. Welcome to the game. You'll find a home here, okay? But the amount of money we're getting paid is going down. The taxes are going up. This is an interesting graph depicting, this is the cost of living. The cost of living has never increased its fastest in the last 10 years compared to any other time. It's increasing like crazy. So cost of living is going up. We're getting paid less. We're getting taxed like crazy. This is an interesting graph about inflation. Inflation is like going crazy too. So the money you are getting paid is actually worth way less. Study money. But Stephen, money is evil. Study money. Now, I will tell you that one of the things I am so proud of, and I'm not throwing rocks at those people who may have needed to get them, but my wife and I we made a decision to not get food stamps when we were that poor, and I said, this is gonna be hard, babe, all right? But like, pressure creates great systems. So let me feel the burn, okay? And it was an active decision, and we decided to not take food stamps. And we had all these friends, and I'm not throwing rocks at them, but we had a ton of friends that were like, well, if we can't get a job, it's okay, we'll just get food stamps. My wife was working for $3.50 an hour. It was a college town, so much supply, all right? Tons of students everywhere. $3.50 an hour that she was doing. And instead of studying how we can save money, I hate studying how to save money. Biggest waste of time on the planet. Take the same amount of effort and go put it into how to make money, and suddenly that problem goes away. Right? So this is not about, I am not here to teach you how to save cash. I'm gonna teach you how to spend it and collect it and bring it to you, because there's some universal principles and laws around it that bring cash to you. The whole get rich, give back thing, in my opinion, is a matter of survival. It's no longer a thing of like, well, that's cool. You have a little side hustle. I think this is a weird term. Side hustle. No, son, it's my front hustle. I do all of it there, right? What are you talking about? I'm going all in, both feet, ripping that cord, right? I'm gonna go, and you know what's funny is we jump out of the parachute, or jump out of the plane, we build the parachute while we're falling, and you know what's funny? The ground never really comes, okay? It's hard to actually hit rock bottom in America. There's so many freaking programs out there to save you, it's insane. But we get coddled. Say, oh, we got food stamps. Don't worry, there's bankruptcy. Don't worry. It's hard to go to hit actual real rock bottom in America. You kind of have to try. You know what I mean? I'm serious. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing, is we get lulled into this security, and we're like, oh, okay. And I'm trying to bring awareness to it. So when you see this, like, I want you to be capitalist pigs in the eyes of society, okay? We will create the most change than anything else, okay? Please be very highly money motivated. Okay, again, my challenge, it's not for you to live below your means. I think that's really interesting advice. Increase your means. I was sitting down into this meeting, and someone was like, well, how can we live below our means? And I was like, I'm not trying to. You know what I mean? I'm not saying be a reckless spender, because I'm not that either. Okay, but I'm saying increase the means. Focus on the cash. And you'll realize, and I'm actually gonna tell you guys a little bit more about this. When I left ClickFunnels, one of the last things Russell said to me as I walked out, it was the last day. And I'm walking out, and he goes, you nervous? I said, yeah. And he goes, don't worry about it. Dude, I don't have a product, I don't have a funnel, I don't have anything. What are you talking about, man? And he goes, you'll be fine. And he said, what's your goal? I was like, $1 million in the first year. And he smiled and he goes, it's not as hard as you think. He said, you'll be surprised at how easy it is. I was like, all right, bro, it's $1 million. What are you talking about, man? All right. You know, it hadn't been very long before that we were like really struggling. Anyway, please focus on increasing the means. Okay, what this event is about is I want you to understand that money is always the byproduct of marketing.
All right, now you listening to this right now, you're in one of two scenarios. Either you're currently selling a product and you've got a slick sales funnel and traffic, there's ads, and you have content bringing in new customers. You have upsells and downsales and phone sales, and you've almost automated it, making money while doing everyday things. Either that's all set up and going, or the second option is you don't have any of that, right? And you're still trying to make this work and tie all of these pieces together. If you want my help, just go to capitalistcoaching.com and see where you can get started. It took me a long time to get the skills for all this to get moving. Writing the sales letter, making the sales videos, building the funnel, writing follow-up emails, promo campaigns, promo emails, fulfillment plans, fresh new ads. There's a lot. And the path to move forward is different for each person. So I created capitalistcoaching.com for you to check out where you need to start. Whether you're just starting out with no product, no list, or a single clue on what to do next, or if you're like one of our big corporate clients who just needs to add more revenue and scale your offer, go to capitalistcoaching.com. I don't really believe in shortcuts, but I do know you can speed up the path on the journey. Figure out the best place to start by going to capitalistcoaching.com now.